Hello and welcome back to Tommy's Top Shelf Comics. I'm Tommy, joined by Murphy.
Hello.
4th of July, we're recording this. The
Day
week,
up, baby.
July 5th, 2023. These are the top 5 comics. They were last week's, next week's comics, but this week, they are this week's comics. Starting with our number 5, we got, that's not our number 5, is it? Yeah, it is. Edge of the
Yeah.
Spider-Verse number 4.
So this one has 3 stories. Here Comes the Ruckus, The Spider Reporter of Earth 1755, and Charging Station.
Mhm.
Dream Spider returns. The new Spider character from the hit Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man miniseries returns in her first solo adventure. Also, what if that radioactive spider we all know and love bit J. Jonah Jameson? This one, I'd kind of sworn off of the Edge of Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
Because like they've just done it so much,
it's every week.
and now my problem was that now it's leaving the prequel stage. Like it used to be, this was the prequel to an event,
Right.
and now it's like this is just happening to us continuously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and as much as I like spider characters, sometimes it gets a little too much. And now Dan Slott's not writing all of them. But when I saw this one, I was excited. Like I picked up number 3
Yeah.
because it was Spider Smasher and Spider Boy. But then this one, like the Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man comic, was pretty cool.
It was fun.
And it's written by Taboo though. Like
Yeah, right. Black Eyed
my
Peas.
man,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
man left Black Eyed Peas to write Spider-Man comics. Um, and this character seems pretty sweet too. It's like it's all tied into totems as well. But then that backup story with J. Jonah Jameson with spider powers,
Right.
like
Yeah,
that's a dream.
yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
So I think just in general, it's like every once in a while, the Edge of Spider Verse does hit me still, where I'm like, I gotta get that one.
Yeah.
You know, are there any sweet variants? There is a sweet variant. Look at that Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right. Well, that'll move us on to our number 4 for the week, which is Night Terrors, The Joker, number 1.
The Joker's worst nightmare becomes a reality. He's got a day job. How will he handle meetings that could have been emails? Why did management cancel Bring Your Child to Work Day? Who will want to make small talk at the coffee machine? What is Alexis going to pick for lunch? And who is the masked madman terrorizing Gotham at night? This seems so good. I'm
Well,
so
so
excited. So we'll get into Night Terrors. Night Terrors comes later in our top 5.
yeah,
So
Night
the more
Terrors is our
context will
new
come
event,
later. Yeah, it's the new DC event. But this just
but
seems so good.
it does. It seems real fun. I mean, that's the funny thing though, is like because you and I were talking about during that 80th anniversary
Right.
issue,
Yeah.
they had the end was the Joker killed Batman, and then he just got a job at the DMV because he didn't know what else to do, and he was
Right.
just like, "Oh, well, let me make people's lives hell."
Yeah.
But now it seems like he's not enjoying any monotony in this, whatever his job is now.
He's working in
You
a
know,
call center. Wayne
yeah.
Enterprises call center.
But I still feel like that would be perfect for him.
He's the world's
Like
best employee.
he would just be like so mean to people on the phone.
Right? Worst customer service.
worst worst customer service. Now this one seems super fun though.
Yeah. I look forward to reading this one. Moving on to our number 3, though, we got Spider-Man number 10.
So maxed out part 3, shocking behavior. Spider-Man versus Electro, no holds barred. The Web Slinger and the Emperor of Electricity have both leveled up since they last faced each other, and one really wants to kill the other. Plus, Norman Osborn does something that may end his new amicable relationship with Spider-Man. So, I
More
am glad
Spider-Man.
this series just kept going. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
thought it was only going to be 6 issues, and then now it seems like, I mean, what the last time Spider-Man, like a solo Spider-Man comic like this came out and made it like 16 issues,
Yeah.
something like that. Like I'd
So we still
assume
have
we're probably
time. We'll
doing
probably,
that.
yeah. Yeah.
But so this one is supposed to be a team up, first team up of Spider-Man with a new Spider character that everybody loves. But also like I love Electro.
Yeah,
Like I
absolutely.
do. And I mean they have two Electros now actively going in the Spider-Man universe. Um yeah, yeah, it's wild.
Okay, okay,
So like his powers got given to his girlfriend like right before like the clone conspiracy way back in the day.
okay.
Um and then now he still has his powers. So it's just yeah,
Fair enough.
it's a thing. But so I mean, I just love the original Electro Max Dillon. Like
Oh, yeah.
he's
Yeah,
you know having him back doing his thing is always is fun for me.
absolutely. Moving on
All
to our
right.
number 2, we got that Night Terror's First Blood. So this is our new DC event headed by Williamson. When Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman find the body of one of their earliest enemies inside the Hall of Justice, their investigation takes them past the land of the living, beyond the land of the dead, and directly to a new villain called Insomnia, who uses his powers to engulf every single hero and villain in their own dark and twisted nightmares. The only way to save the world is to call for the help of an unlikely hero, Dead Man.
Dead
Love
man.
Dead Man. I love Dead Man so much. The thrills and chills of Night Terrors are brought to the DC universe by DC architect and superstar writer Joshua Williamson with horrific art by comic legend Howard Porter. So, this is actually pretty hype. I'm pretty excited about this
Yeah.
actually. One,
Dude.
we got an event, new villain, so you can't be like, "Oh, well this is going to happen." And then we got
Yeah.
Dead Man, which is always fun. And then
I feel like Dead Man like gets used a lot more than people seem to think he gets used.
oh, he certainly does. Yeah.
You know, like
Every
like
he comes in every event. Like every big
yeah.
event, there he's at least
Like
a
I'm thinking
background
like
character.
Blackest Night,
Sure.
you
Yeah,
know. I mean,
absolutely.
look at Injustice. He's in it even in
Yeah.
Injustice. Like, yeah, I think I
Yeah.
think he gets used quite a bit.
Oh,
They're
he
like
absolutely does.
unlikely hero, Dead
Unlikely
Man.
hero that's usually around.
Also, how pumped do you think Joshua Williamson is every time he reads DC Architect? You know, like my man is getting jobs.
Well, I mean, it's really like it's just when these big DC events happen, they pull in the Justice League Dark. You got Dead Man, you got Zatanna, you got is that who is that in the back?
The Masked Stranger
Oh, do we
or the
know?
Question.
The question. Yeah,
Yeah.
but weird
No, I
names
mean
going
it
on.
just yeah, they're always going to bring in, like you said, Justice League Dark. But now
Especially with night terrors.
the one bone I have to pick though is like the first event after the event that ends the Justice League
Yeah,
seemingly
yeah, and the
has the
tight yeah,
Justice League
yeah,
right back again.
yeah.
It's like they could have put new, like it just I
Yeah, this
think they
could have
missed an
been
opportunity
yeah, yeah,
to really like land that Titans blow where they're saying, these are our new Justice League. Like as much as like don't get me wrong, I'm gonna read a story that has
yeah,
to do
sure,
with Batman,
absolutely. Yeah,
Superman, and Wonder
yeah,
Woman.
yeah,
But like for the first issue to just straight up be like them on the cover, it's like, well, then the Justice League aren't gone.
yeah,
This Titans thing is just an experiment to
yeah,
me.
yeah,
Like
absolutely.
it's just gonna happen for a little bit and then it'll be back to status quo.
And people forget.
Yeah. Um,
But there are a
but
ton of
either
these
way,
Night Terror books coming out.
yeah, that was the next thing I was gonna say is we've got a lot of them.
There's
I mean, there's
Batman,
Poison
Poison
Ivy,
Ivy,
Batman, Black Adam,
Ravager.
Ravager, the Joker, this one, and then I think one more.
It's pretty
That's
wild.
a lot.
It's a lot.
That is a lot.
But not to be outdone, very excited about our number one this week. Swan Songs, number one.
Image number one.
I'm so hyped for this.
Yeah, this one looks awesome. I was just telling Tommy I read the preview for it in the last issue of The Last Barbarians. But so this one is a mini series premiere. W. Maxwell Prince from Ice Cream Man and Haha continues his weird winning one-shot formula with his this all-new multi-artist project that explores the way things end and also how they never really do. Swan Songs comprises stories about endings, the end of the world, the end of a marriage, the end of a sentence, the end of the world, which I suppose one might consider the beginning of a new world. And although along for the Terminal Rider Summer Comics, some of comics' best and brightest artists, the first apocalyptic issue, The End of the World, is drawn by none other than the Department of Truth's Martin Simmons. Future artists for future endings include Casper Wingard and Felipe Andrade, with more to be announced. All things come to a close. These are the Swan Songs.
Yeah, so the other
I will
artists
say,
are from Homesick Pilots and The Many Deaths of Layla Starr. Two books
dude,
that I quite enjoyed the art on. What?
I will say that Image knows how to write like a preview.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like they
Oh,
do
absolutely. Marvel and DC are
Image,
so lazy.
dude, Image previews. I'm like, yeah,
It gets you so hyped, right?
like these are their swan songs. Like
Like
hell
these
yeah,
are
I'm
the
reading it.
reason you want to read this. And it's
Dude,
exactly like his
I'm so
one.
pumped for this one.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's the reason why I can always recommend Ice Cream Man and Haha. People are like, when friends are like, "Hey, I'm in a random comic book store. What should I pick up?" I usually recommend, because a lot of my friends, there is a crossover between the amount of friends that go into comic book stores and that like dark stuff,
mhm.
like dark stories. So I always recommend pick up a Maxwell Prince comic because of the either Ice Cream Man or Haha recently, and it doesn't matter what issue they pick up. They can just pick up
Yeah,
whatever issue, and they're all just a story. Like if you read them
I
all,
would say
you'll
actually
pick up
that
some
probably
stuff, but like really, you can just pick up any of his books and just read the one.
I'd say that probably rings true for me too. Like when it comes to people I know now, like I read Haha, I didn't
Yeah,
read Ice Cream Man at all, but
that's still going.
like
I think.
the connect between like horror, dark, and like people who randomly go to stores is actually real. Now that I think
Yeah,
about it, like
absolutely. Yeah.
most of the people I know who are like, "What would you recommend?" I don't recommend
No,
Marvel and DC. I
no.
recommend like something is killing the children, something like
Yeah,
that.
something
Department
light.
of Truth. Department of Truth, man. Dude, Martin Simmons, I was just realizing when we were talking about this though, is there hasn't been an issue of Department of Truth in a while, and I would be pretty down for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I love the art, and the art on this one I saw, like I said, reading the preview in the back of Last Barbarian looks so cool.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm super hyped on
Do we
this.
know how many issues this is gonna be? I mean, it seems
It's a
like
mini series. His mini series are usually 6.
I
Looks
mean,
like we have
he
3.
said yeah, they said a bunch of things. I mean, end of the world, end of a marriage, end of a sentence, end of the end of the world. So
Yeah.
4. Um,
Yeah, just look
yeah,
at the
I'm sure they're
covers of
gonna add
issue 2
more.
and 3. They are gorgeous. Very different than 1, but still gorgeous. I'm very
Let's
excited
see.
for this book.
Oh yeah, that second one.
Yeah.
That's the end of the marriage, but it's in medieval times,
Mhm.
seemingly.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's this looks awesome.
Yeah.
And I mean, now pretty much 2 years after Image started just pumping out books, and I still have yet to be disappointed. You know, it's just gonna keep hitting the list, man.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
hitting the top 5.
Absolutely. Every week. Well, that does it for this week's top 5. So this week's comics are going to be last week's comics when next we talk about next week's comics top 5.
Now, the one thing wait, one last thing before we go.
Yeah.
Do we know if Night Terrors is pausing the normal runs of
Maybe
these
it is,
characters?
maybe it's not, like maybe it's out of
Because like
canon temporarily.
Green Lantern number 2 set up like a big thing,
Yeah.
and then at the end it said to be continued in like but I'm assuming that there are gonna be Green Lantern books with Night Terror.
Does Night Terror go beyond how?
How would you find that out?
Yeah, well, night no, yeah, it does. So then
Yeah.
there's the Night Terrors book that starts next week.
Oh, the actual event book?
Yeah. Yeah, so this
Okay.
is like the alpha.
Yeah. Alright, well, Night Terrors is what we got for the next few months, guys.
And the covers look wild.
Oh, yeah, dude. The Joker one had a crazy cover that I liked. The D cover,
Yeah.
Dustin Nguyen.
Oh, yeah. Nagoyan does incredible work.
Yeah. Alright, well, everybody else, read some Captain America. I got my red and blue. No, I'm white, but, you know, enjoy your 4th of July.
I got my white t-shirt and blue jeans. All
Hell
right.
yeah.
So until next week when this week's comics are last week's comics and next week's comics are this week's comics. Catch you guys later.
See ya.